the dwarf planets that I'm talking about, Sedna and Eris and Chiron, and give you a little bit of an astrological concept or framework for where they are right now, because I've been noticing how much they are playing a role with the outer planets and how that might be impacting. So let's get to the reading right now. The twin flame and elevated soulmate energy has been very loud as well, and you know when you're bringing in those outer bodies, those asteroids, they're primarily women, and I'm noticing a lot of Venus and Mars in the square, right? Mars moving its way through Gemini and Venus moving its way through Virgo. That's been feeling like a lot of pressure. Okay, there's a lot of pressure here, and those outer bodies are having a real impact when we're talking about breaking through to the new energy of the divine feminine, divine masculine. So we've been talking about this for a few weeks in Pathfinders. Let's see where the reading takes us here. Relief, divine masculine, safe travel, guides. This is not your normal travel here. This is the masculine following their intuition, which says to me that the masculine has finally incorporated that feminine energy. This is a distance for them to go, emotionally, spiritually, and likely physically. So we'll get into that. But there's definitely something about like the relaxing of the rigidity. There has been a lot of rigidity in terms of belief systems and ways of navigating the world, ways of navigating life in general. And there's just this sense of rigidity. Say it again. Saturn's in retrograde right now, and I feel like anything that's too rigid, it has the energy of like some kind of breakthrough. Okay, and it's like it can't hold. It can't hold back feelings. It can't contain.
Welcome in, guys.
The new energies that are trying to come out. Alright, so let's just see where we're going here. Queen of Cups, Five of Cups, Page of Swords, the Two of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. So there's a sense of real regret here. I feel like there is a message of love trying to come through, but it's almost like it's very small. The Page of Swords and the Two of Cups.
I'm gonna be doing a little bit of the
love here, and there's also like this confusion about like what do they really mean by that? So there's
as it was recommended or requested.
Between the divine feminine, divine masculine. I'm gonna lay this spread out, and then I'll pull cards for feminine.
Actually, no, because they didn't tell me like what exactly the pain is from. I needed it before I get into yoga.
Ten of Swords, Seven of Swords, Knight of Wands, the Emperor,
I need to
the
know
Chariot,
the origins of the pain so I don't fuck them up even more.
Three of Cups, Ten of Wands, and there's the Empress. So there is this sense of like the way things work or the way things have worked. I just don't feel like we're gonna do that anymore. It's like it's too much on both sides. It's too much pressure on the masculine side, too much pressure on the feminine side. It's like something's got to give. There needs to be a bridge. It can't be that the feminine is only the only one who's sort of reaching out, or the masculine feels like they have to hold their ground, or something like that. I'm going to get some cards for each of the zodiac signs, or not each of the zodiac signs. I'm going to get some cards for the masculine and feminine. Each of the zodiac signs happens on Saturday. Okay. But this is really interesting because we're getting 10 and 10.
I'm going to do a quick yoga bit and then
the
getting
end
into
of
the hoop.
Here. And there's like this negotiation going on about how much to give and how much to retain. And I feel like there's a real sense of, so in real negotiation, I forget who said this, I think this is a fairly famous quote, my apologies to whoever said this, because I can't remember who said it. How do you know a negotiation was correct? Or how do you know that the deal you have is correct? When neither side is happy. Was that somebody like that? When neither side is happy. Okay? And I feel like that's what we're getting at. I feel like we're getting a sense of the feminine going, wait a minute, why is it like that? And the masculine going, wait a minute, yeah, why is it like that? So I feel like neither side is super happy about what is going to happen. However, this is a bridge to the future. This is a new way of doing things, a complete eradication of the past, and how, not just how individual couples have done things, or individual twin connections have built their bridges or burned their bridges or whatever they've done to their bridges, but this is much more about a need for a collective set of parameters. Boy, this is sounding like a real negotiation. A set of parameters so that we can move forward. There's been a stalemate here for a long, long period of time. And we are now into this new age or new energy, right? All the outer planets, Uranus and Gemini at 4 degrees. Uranus and Gemini at 4 degrees. We've got Neptune in Aries at 4 degrees. We've got Pluto in Aquarius at 4 degrees. And just recently we had Jupiter at 4 degrees of Leo. They were all creating this structure,
Dr.
right? This
Saya.
bastion, or
How
this
you doing,
cradle
Angelica
in
Sanchez?
astrology. And cradles, if you look that up, you'll notice it's like 3 sextiles and an opposition. And the 3 sextiles,
Just doing a little bit of yoga because I did like a whole bunch of walking earlier. Boy, was that kind of insane.
and the opposition is where the tension is. So
There was this man that took a massive shit on the pathway up to the stairs, bathing in the sun. Like he literally was pulling his pants up as I was walking up the stairs. And I was like, what? And he's like, well, a dog just did that. Yeah, and I was like, really? Well, if you're gonna be a dude, at least own your shit, man. Come on.
The masculine and feminine push me pull you game, and the need for them to get on with it. The need for the masculine and feminine to
So I gotta stretch my back out now because I've been getting on the hoop a lot more.
This is the way forward, okay? And I will talk more about, Chiron's involved. We have Sedna involved.
Midas is trying to get his ass on my face too.
Juno's definitely there. So
Yeah, this
there's
is
a lot
Midas.
happening in terms of, it's almost like
How are you doing
the
today?
feminine, not just Venus, right? Venus is where Mars that I just made reference to, but the outer bodies, the dwarf planets, the asteroids that are feminine energy are like not taking this anymore. But there is a sense of like, hey, listen, we just gotta get this.
Do this
And I'm not really talking about the one-to-one relationship. I'm talking about the energetic philosophy of twin flame moving forward. I am getting, and this was, we definitely talked about this.
I just got out of therapy and I'm really wondering where the fuck my husband is.
An energetic push to get a move on with the mission. Okay, to get a move on with the mission. So in the extended, I will use this twin flame ascension deck. We'll talk more about,
Samuel, how you doing?
I have some notes here, so, and then we will channel whoever wants to come through in this reading about that. Let's get some energy about the feminine right now. I'm getting a sense of endings, a sense, all the 10s here. 10s are closure. And it's like 1 past 9. 9 is the final frontier, and then 10 is like, if you add 1 and 0, it's all the way back to the ace. So there's no more no 11, okay? There's no more stepping into anything. We've been sitting at this anxiety piece for quite a long time, okay? So, give me a few cards on the feminine energy, please. Ace of Swords, High Priestess, the Lover's card, and the Judgment card. So this is the crossroads we've been talking about this week. There's a crossroads, and the feminine energy is really aligned with High Priestess energy. Less Empress right now, more High Priestess. This has to do with your intuition, your guides, trusting them. I know I, for one, started this channel with a lot of twin flame information and energy back in 2017. And one of the things I have really recognized,
I was actually there for the first show.
Year has been how much this has really leaned into a different level of consciousness, different frequency, and it's time for the divine feminine to step into her gifts and really be a leader, a teacher, a guide, a mystic, a shaman. You know, you're on my channel, and so you have a mission. That's one of the reasons I built this channel, or why I was called to do this. My job is not to get you to come here every single day and watch these videos. My job is to give you information so you can go out and teach. You can go out and do your own mission. You can start trusting yourself. The entire year of 2024 in Pathfinders, we talked about accessing your own intuition and trusting it. That is what is happening right now. It's like go time. Okay? So you're not doing a lot of spiritual practices or retreats or anything like that to be dependent on any of those teachers. The best teachers are the ones that say, hey, my job is just to give you information so that you can then gain access to your own intuition and go out there and do what you're here to do. There's no more sitting around.
What up, guys?
There's no more timeline.
I'd appreciate some
suggesting that
likes at least.
This is all about moving forward. Like these 10s, I feel like we have been standing still for quite a long time in terms of like the negotiation. It's like a standoff for a long time. And the feminine energy is saying, all right, I am at the crossroads. I am making a decision to move forward. Okay, 2 more, thank you. Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups. It's incredibly 3 aces here. The feminine is ready. The feminine is ready. And embracing, I feel like a lot of those asteroid Hecate, right? Goddess of the crossroads, Sedna, major betrayals, and really processing major betrayals in their life. Chiron is not a feminine energy, but it is about the wounded healer, and the wounded healer is the action that will help you use your biggest wounds as teaching tools for those who need to wake up, right? So that's my job, is to help you get to the place where you're like, all right, it's my job to put out the information that I'm getting. So I hope a lot of you are doing that. That's the purpose. That's the purpose of Weekend YouTuber. That's the purpose of Spiritual Business Class. That's the purpose of all that stuff, is to get you to a place where you can create something that will help a lot of other people that will never find this channel. And I know that they'll never find this channel because they're here to find your channel, or they're here to find your gifts. They're here to find you. That's one of the reasons that the Twin Flame journey has been, I feel like it died down for a while. Maybe 2024, 2025, died down for a while. And now it's like, the flame is on fire. There's something about it that's on fire again. So what is going on for the masculine here?
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point the 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
I didn't get
If
cheese.
the Whopper is wrong,
Where
we'll
is
make
my
it
remote? There it is.
free. It's the Whopper guarantee.
King of Pentacles. High Priestess, oh, that's interesting. The Page of Swords, and the Capricorn energy of the Devil, Seven of Cups, and the Two of Swords. The masculine needs to, if the feminine's
hip hop, Wycliffe Jean.
mission right now or role is
I don't
to
like that
really
song.
trust
That's the one I'm thinking
their
of.
intuition. And in such a way that it is expanding you and you're using your gifts and you're helping other people, right? Helping other people. The mask, so this is very much about like being able to be discerning and being able to trust yourself. That's what the feminine lesson is right now. The masculine lesson is to move on from a traditional way of looking at resources as amassing them for my own benefit, and instead attracting resources that can be utilized to help other people. Right? Okay, I'm gonna go deeper into this reading. I will talk about the asteroids and and Chiron, well, Chiron's an asteroid, but I will talk about all of that stuff that I was just talking about. I will give you some astrological sense of where things are and how that might impact you. We'll look at where that is in a chart and how you might find it in your own chart so you can see. Maybe you don't know what.
Okay, she's gonna go babbling on it up that.
Okay, I've been shuffling, I've been sitting here shuffling, sort of grounding myself, and this card pops out, Truth. Now, you know me, Sagittarian here, card carrying Sagittarian with a ton of air. And Saggy and Geminis, you guys know that this is, and Libras, that this is a huge part of what we do in the world, which is the truth, our truth. There's a sense of, in a lower vibe, like a sense of self-righteousness that we need to watch in our own lives, but there's also emotional maturity that needs to come on. So there's some kind of truth that's trying to come through. And here's another Sag card. Lucky, this is not a reading for Sag, but I'm just getting some Sag energy here. Soulmate.
Funny, because I'm a Sag.
Stormy. And Truth. I think this last one here. Okay, magic. That's not really covered. All right. So, some of you have a relationship that is close to the edge. Okay? You know which one it is. Close to the edge. Some of you have, tried to work through this relationship, and I get the feeling that some of you have been like, I don't know,
Welcome in.
fine until one day
How y'all doing?
there was this truth staring me in the face, and that
Now,
was the
December.
problem.
You want to hear
But I
December?
don't really think that's true. I think there was a lot of things going on, and it was only when this big truth showed up that there was a sense of like, we're close to the edge. So I don't know that you knew you were close to the edge with this person. This could be a friend, this could be a family member.
I've been
love
close to the
partner,
edge for a hot
but
minute.
definitely close to the edge here. Four of Cups, the Magician, the King of Wands, the Hierophant, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. We got we got a king and two queens, Gemini energy, Taurus energy. This just feels like it's been stuck for a long time. I think that's what you would tell me if I was sitting across from you and I was doing this reading for you. That this has been stuck for a long time. And it seems like the movement here, or the truth, kind of comes out of the blue, but it's been, I feel like those of you who really
Bring it
know the
on.
truth, or who have been like the one who's trying to get things balanced, trying to get things worked out, you're close to the edge, okay? But the other person hasn't a clue. And that doesn't mean that it's like up to you to sit in something for a long period of time.
Probably
I feel like this is generally.
Jeez, I've only been on for 19 minutes.
I feel like there's some conversation that happens, that is about to happen, that is going to change the dynamic between the two of you. Let's see where this goes, okay?
I really want to hear
Change
this
the
though.
dynamic. There's the Lover's card. I'm liking it so far. 2 of Cups.
Mhm.
Wow. 8 of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles.
I need
3 of
glasses.
Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles.
I'm gonna sip my
Super stable,
caffeine.
like absolutely stable. 7 of Pentacles, look at all this. 6 of Cups and the Sun. So I feel like there's a decision being made. If you are making this decision, then you know I'm talking about you. But if you are somebody who is in a relationship that it just feels off, but everything seems normal. Okay, everything kind of seems normal, but your intuition is like, no, there's something off here. There's something not quite right. So I'm getting a sense that
If you feel like you're spending too much money on your car insurance and ready to start shopping around, let Jerry help you. The customers like you.
What really happens when you post on Instagram?
No one gives a shit. That's why I'm not on Instagram.
you're starting to
That
see
could
in your
possibly
own
happen.
life how relationships really work. And I know that seems kind of basic, but it is the underpinning of this new chapter. There's a new chapter here. And I feel like you're walking away from a partner or from a person who can't really give that much, who doesn't really take part in the relationship with you. They're not interested. I mean, interested, I don't know what I'm referring to, but there's just something here that's kind of like, I'm paying lip service to this relationship. The other person is a little bit clueless about it. And all of a sudden, this truth comes out and this changes the game. You know, in a relationship that is grounded, that has a lot of honesty and forgiveness and intensity to it, but also we understand each other. Like there's real authenticity in this relationship. That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a relationship that is kind of
My
teetering,
scar looks a lot better
No one
on
really
my
wants
hand.
to say it out loud.
I don't know what you mean by the flies.
Woo! Five
What flies you
swords.
talking about?
Awakening. 8 of Swords. Holy smokes. Yes. Knight of Swords. Look at all those swords. I feel like this is you. I feel like you are stepping forward and not afraid anymore. So many of the messages that I've been getting lately have to do with courage. And courage is the energy
Baby
of
kitty,
doing
don't.
the thing even
Not
though
right
you feel
now.
fear of it. And I feel like some of you are really stepping into your power and are about to share some truth that because you are stepping into a higher level of awakening, you kind of intuitively knew that this relationship was rocky. If you don't know that a relationship is rocky, all you have to do is speak some kind of truth and see what happens. Okay? See what happens, because I am getting that there are a lot of people on the spiritual path here who are really teetering in their relationships because they're not going to be as expanded, as authentic as you're going to need them to be. Okay, there seems kind of surfacey and kind of not, like that person. It's not that that person's not there for you. I think they are, but I think there's a sense of. I really feel like a lot of people on the spiritual path are the ones that do a lot of, if not all, of the emotional labor in relationships. Now, and I just get the sense of like this next level of awakening is the truth that is going to kind of move you away from this situation. I don't know who we're talking about. Like I said, it could be a love partner, it could be a parent, it could be a best friend, it could be a boss, but like you are definitely getting to next level here. And let me see here. This pentacle stuff, the next level is very grounded, which is, I think that's the other thing that's happening here. That because you're now starting to see the world so much more clearly, I feel like some of you who struggle with anxiety, that may dissipate because you're really able to see what's truly going on, and there's no anxiety with that. Like, you're starting to really anchor in and trust yourself.
I wish I could
Nine
read
of
that.
Pentacles is Virgo, Queen of Pentacles is Taurus, Nine of Pentacles. Lots of self-confidence here. I love the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, Six of Cups, this is about like what you're willing to put time and effort into. And it's like, I'm only willing to put time and effort into something that's growing. I'm not going to sort of waste my time and
Motors
and this feels very
class for each
dynamic. I
stamp.
mean, look at her.
You need to shave your armpits.
This feels very dynamic.
She's
Like
at the
breaking out of some
hotel
kind of
in
cell, breaking out of some
Inkster,
kind of
Michigan. What?
mindset that has kept
What
you
the
trapped
fuck are you
for
talking
many
about?
years. This is the next
Alright,
level.
sorry.
This is the
Oh,
next
motor.
level.
Oh, so he must be the
This is
fly that the guy was talking about then. Oh, fuck it. Sorry.
Okay, Eight of Pentacles, there's Temperance, there's Archangel Michael. The Four of Swords, yeah, and the Six of Swords, that's the other one.
Yeah, I'm in Texas.
So this is
I don't know
really
where
about
Motor
you
City is, but
seeking peace. And it's possible that this relationship has never given you peace.
support,
or that it's
motherfucker.
just
How about that?
Drama. This person really likes drama, and that's just
Oh,
that
you
is
like
not-
drama. I ain't no drama queen.
drama is. I mean, even
Drama's for the
though
babies, and I don't like that shit. I do not do babies or kids.
all of
We don't
these
do that.
things, it's the opposite feeling of drama. Drama to me is like a whirlwind, up off your feet kind of feeling. This is the more you awaken, the more you feel at peace. And if your spiritual awakening has not been like that, then there's definitely something there that is like still hampering the peace that needs your attention. It really does. We're moving towards a lot more self-confidence. Knight of Pentacles, I love this Virgo.
What are you doing,
energy
Midas
of
Kitty?
healing,
What are you
the
doing, Midas
work.
Kitty?
Like, some of you really recognize you can't heal in the middle of a hurricane. Some of you are recognizing you can't be in a relationship that forces you to be the one, he's the scapegoat, or you be the one. So I see you definitely turning your back on some situations in your life and deciding, like, I'm gonna work on myself, I'm gonna do my own thing. Now, a lot of you have already decided that. So why is this showing up now? Okay? Why is this showing up now? Ten of Pentacles, 9, 10 of Pentacles, the Hermit, there's Virgo again, Tower, and
I
the
just
Knight
do
of
this for
Cups.
fun, more or less.
You're getting away from this person.
I don't know why the
because
hell somebody's wanting
they're no
Shakira.
longer
Like, I
in the
really.
same together. It's as simple as that.
Actually, I do this because it regenerated my leg
What's
bone
coming in is
whenever I had nothing else.
This is.
I died and all that shit, and
mystic.
my leg disintegrated. Hey,
This is
Cree
next
Cree,
level.
how you doing?
This is
Welcome
next level.
in.
And so we've been talking about, July is a pivotal one. This is gonna be very sudden.
Yeah, I'm like, Shakira ain't got shit on me with my hip movement, so I don't know why you keep putting her on my thing.
Someone
For
who
the record.
maybe makes a romantic overture. This can be a romantic partner. I'm getting a lot of Virgo here, and I'm getting a lot of Sag, Leo energy. Don't forget, we still have that Jupiter Cassini energy that we're still in for a day or two, where Jupiter has been cleansed. Jupiter has been, it's like Jupiter's been given a facelift and a new dress and a cocktail and like, woohoo! Right? Jupiter is ready for the dance.
You're too old for your mom's too old for
Are
this.
you?
That's why I'm doing it
That's what I
right.
feel like this is.
Observe the age in this bitch. Why?
Let's get deeper into this reading. Wow, the enlightened partner is coming in.
And plus, I don't want kids in my room, so get the fuck out, child.
Link is below if you want to continue on with me. Let's go deeper into this reading. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out this video.
Oh,
Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to
Oh,
Friday. I
child.
always I'm saying that. Yesterday, I posted a video about the North Node shift into Aquarius and the South Node shifting into Leo. That's happening on the 26th of July. And I
Hello, Stu. There's a moment when somebody else's certainty feels better than your own freedom. And you know the moment I'm talking about. You've been carrying this question for weeks, and you've asked it every way a person can ask it. You've pulled cards, you've watched the videos, you've called a friend, and you've walked around it
Thank
in
you.
so many ways around your
Literally,
house that it's worn a little patch
churros
into
factory. What the
floorboards.
fuck?
And you're tired. Not tired.
No, like I said, it regenerated my leg bone.
And then somebody
After
comes
having my
along the
spine
way
and my
and
hips
says,
shattered.
I know what this all means. Here is the answer. And your whole body goes, oh God.
All right, y'all, appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye, guys. Let's see. What is a churros factory? 'Cause I'm trying to actually get them to tag them into my, whenever I feed Midas his stuff. But, all right, I'll see you later. Bye, guys. Much love, one love. Well, if you think that I need to shave my armpits, you're obviously a child to begin with. So, like, I'm just gonna not pay attention to the children, so it's fine. All right, bye, y'all. Super fans, ahoy! Check the deuce. Or actually, did I? Oh, I do need to do some yoga. So, yeah, we don't do crack here. Dr. Pepper. I guess I could do this thing here, but not.
There's a moment when somebody else's certainty feels better than your own freedom. And you know the moment I'm talking about. You've been carrying this question for weeks.
I do need to
and
like
you've
look
asked it
into
every way a
switching
person can
apartments
ask it.
again
You've
because
pulled
fucking
cards,
new
you've watched
stalker
the
is being a
videos,
bitch.
you've called a friend, and you've walked around it in so many ways around your house that it's worn a little path into the floorboards. And you're tired. Not tired of answered, tired of the carrying. And then somebody comes along the way and says, I know what this all means. Here is the answer. And your whole body goes, oh God, thank you, thank you, thank you. Give it to me, please. And I want you to watch that moment, that exact one. Because that relief is real love. I'm not here to shame it. But that's the moment your question changes hands. And this full moon is standing right at the top of that exchange, asking you to look at who's holding your question right now and whether they ever gave it back. Hola, mi gente. What's up? My name is Daniel Colon, revolutionary astrologer, helping you make sense of these crazy-ass times through the wisdom that is astrology. We've got a full moon in Aquarius on July 29th, and I think it's the loudest one of the summer. I have to start with a confession here because I can't teach this from the outside looking in, right? I live inside of this nation's core tension. Here's what I mean. I've got a South Node in Leo and a North Node in Aquarius. And Leo and Aquarius are perfect opposites. So when a moon is full and it lands here, Sun in Leo opposite moon in Aquarius, that is my own axis, lit all the way up. I'm in constant contemplation with the charismatic Leo zeal I carry and what it means to hold that kind of influence with integrity in a world this hungry for validation, this shadowy social me-deification. My ability to step back and actually discern what's happening with this influence, how I carry this influence. That's the Aquarian North Node for me. But my Leo South Node sits in the 11th house, the house of community and groupthink, which is honestly a very Aquarian house to begin with. Put Leo in there, and you get the picture of a leader in these
Okay, I'm gonna go on to my what's it called?
Put a South
My
Node in there,
TikTok,
and you
because
get breadcrumbs from a past life where
you need to feed him his
that
treats.
leadership went sideways. So here is the short way of saying it. I think in a past life, I was probably a cult leader. I'm serious. Like, I watch documentaries like Wild Wild Country, the Rajneesh people, and like the whole thing, and I don't watch it horrified. I watch them fascinated by how many people will hand their whole life over to the most confident voice in the room. How highly under the influence we can be sometimes, especially when we just wanted an answer. And I get it, I've been there, we've all been there, desperately reaching for something true. But I understand the other side of that room too, the one nobody admits to, which is exactly why I trust myself to talk about it. So today I'm giving you the thing I use on myself. 3 questions. I call it the agency test. And by the end of this, you'll be able to run it on any of these voices in your own life. Astrologers, teachers, podcasts, me, especially me. Please.
Just a dark horse for you. What the hell?
Where I ran into all of this. And it wasn't in a cult documentary. It was at my own computer trying to make better content. I had tab after tab open, researching
I'll do this.
How do you stop the scroll? How do you keep somebody watching? How do you open a curiosity gap and say just enough that the person reads the next sentence? And the deeper I went, the more I can feel the machinery underneath attention. And I'm gonna be honest with you here. It's a little chilling when you see it, because the machinery is asking, if I make you afraid or feel scarce or insecure, will you stay? Will you stick around? Will you applaud me and validate me? If I sound like the one who can explain your life to you, will you come back tomorrow? And somewhere in that question, something flipped in me. It stopped being, how do I hold your attention? And it became, when you leave this room, this video, this virtual space, do you trust yourself more? Can you actually make a choice with what I gave you? Or did I just make the mystery so much bigger, you need me to solve it for you? Because if this video does numbers and the person watching walks away less free inside their own life, then what did those actual numbers measure up to? Because the sanctity of truth really matters to me. It should matter to all of us. We should be looking at all these influences and asking why. Agency truly matters to me. Discernment really matters to me. So that flipped question became the first question of this test, right? The agency test. And it's the whole spirit of it. After I listen to whatever is around, to whatever is influencing me, do I carry more agency?
Give me 3 minutes and I'll sit up for
Look
you.
at how much that question exposes. Some voices inform you, and you can feel it. There's no road in front of you when they're done talking. And some voices, sometimes very warm ones, leave you needing the next reading, the next episode, the next answer. The question got quiet, but it never came home. And listen, this is where I land as an astrologer, and I say it at the very start of every soul session I facilitate or run with other people. Like, I'm not going to tell you anything you don't probably already know about yourself. That's the deal. I don't prop myself up to be some guru with access to wisdom you don't inherently have in yourself. I think of myself as an archetypal masseuse, somebody who massages the contradictions we carry inside us. You come in with a knot, something that's gotten tight, and my job is to find it, put language on it, loosen it, and hand you back to yourself. I'm not keeping you, I'm not collecting you. Good guidance hands you back. And in this highly influential world with so many voices screaming into the void, vying for our presence in this attention-hungry economy, discerning whose voice is integrous with their word and whose isn't really matters. Now, let me show you why the sky is turning the volume all the way up on this right now. On one end, you've got the sun sitting right at the top of Jupiter in Leo, almost exact, which is a giant amplifier on voice, confidence, visibility, the person the whole room is looking at. On the other end, we have the moon going full in Aquarius, standing next to Pluto. And that end is the group, the nervous system, the audience, the collective nervous system, and all the quiet ways power moves between one person and the many. And I'll tell you this is my own natal axis, so I know this tug of war from the inside. Me focus to we focus. Social media to social media. So you've got the amplified voice on one side and the listening room on the other. and this moon is lighting up the exchange between them. Now, the tarot card associated with this, sitting under this exact degree of Aquarius, names the whole scene, and it's the Five of Swords. One guy standing on the field, holding everybody's swords, smirking, and two other people walking away with their shoulders down. He won. And here's the whole thing about swords. Swords are language, thought, the terms, the at times unchecked convictions. So the guy holding all the swords goes, I was right, you were wrong, I'm awake, you're asleep. Yeah, that's right, walk away. And this portension of battle is everywhere right now. Everyone is picking righteous Leo sides. Red, blue, black, white, each with their staked claims, family, a friend group, a political feed, spiritual spaces even. Which brings me to the next question. Question number 2. Am I allowed to disagree and remain whole within myself? Can you say, that doesn't land for me, and stay human in the room? Can you ask for evidence without becoming the enemy? Can the person guiding you change their mind? Have you ever seen it happen? Because you can leave one dogma, walk straight into a cooler looking one, and that's not a revolution, baby. I think what is more revolutionary is keeping the questions alive around the people and the ideas you love. An idea that's actually worth keeping can survive the cost of a question. If an idea can't survive you questioning it, then it wasn't a fool.
Did that fix it?
It was holding you down. Okay, third question. And this is where it turns, because the loudest certain voice in your life might not have a platform or a problem. It might sound exactly like you. I'm bad at this. Nobody wants what I think. I always pick the wrong person. This is just who I am. And you say these under your breath, in the car, in the shower, at 2 in the morning, and every single one is a vote. This is the thing I always come back to. Every sentence you say is a vote for a reality. It's co-creative, whether you know it or not. And some of the votes you've been casting are expensive, baby. You can feel the cost in the choices that never got made. You know, there's a line from Terrence McKenna that I hold
Thank you,
on
Jorge.
to, that the story you tell yourself is largely the story you're living. And this is exactly where I push, in the small moments, because somebody near me will say they're getting bad at something, and I'll stop them every time and I'll tell them, you're not getting bad at it. You're getting better and better and better and better at it. That little correction is a different vote. And I've watched my own life change from changing the story I was telling about myself. So run the same test on the life you have. Run the same test on that insight voice. Does this inner voice return me to observable life? What actually happened? What did the person actually say? What pattern has actually repeated? And what choice is actually available today? Because astrology is the art of pattern recognition. That's the whole craft. And I read this stuff like weather. There are energetic patterns.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and hop on my TikTok, I guess.
Time for change, sure. But
I'm not sure if Flastian is still here with us. Hope he got what he wanted, but either way.
Raw dog it out into nature and let nature do what nature does.
Bye, guys.
Astrology doesn't really need you for it to work. What changes is your experience of it. When you work with the cycle,